Welcome, guys, to the Extra Time Interviews. My name is Benton, and today I'm joined with Miss Brooke Hendrix from Racing Louisville. Brooke, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Great. How about yourself?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you very much for taking the time to join me.
Of
Um,
course, having me.
so I want to go ahead and talk to you today a little bit about joining a new squad. So first off, what's it been like joining a brand new team in their inaugural season?
Yeah, it's been amazing. I've had the chance to do it also with West Ham in England, for their like first season in the top league, which was
Oh,
really
wow.
cool. Um, but this has been even honestly more incredible, I think, just because it's actually brand new. So West Ham already had like a team in a lower league, so they kind of had some sort of structure. But here, we don't have anything like to compare to or anything. So we get to start from scratch and really make it how we want to make it, as far as our philosophy, how we want to play, all of that stuff. We start from the ground up, and it's been incredible to be a part of something so brand new.
That's cool. I knew you were with West Ham. I didn't realize you were part of the beginning of their organization.
Yeah,
That's totally new terrain for you.
yeah.
Have you played with any of your other teammates previously, or is everybody that you're playing with now new to you?
So I played with Katie Lund and Katie McClure last year at Spirit. And then I played with Aaron Simon also at West Ham.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, a few
Uh,
familiar faces helps make it a little easier.
yeah, it's been nice.
Excellent. So I mean, you've obviously been with teams both foreign and domestic. How does racing kind of stack up and compare to some of these other organizations?
Um, I think I mean, I'm sure it's going to sound a little bit old, but this team is a little bit younger than I'm used to, which
Mhm.
is really cool because there's a different energy about it. So I'm one of the older players in racing, and that's like never been the case for me. So more of like a leadership role,
Mhm.
which I have used to, but it's been different. It's been fun. Whereas other teams I've stepped in and they've had like people that have been on the team for ever, like in Italy, they had people for like years on that team.
Oh wow.
I've had people that had played in England for quite some time. Um, it was it's a new experience, but I really, really like it here.
Excellent. Now, what's it like with Coach Christy Holly? How's he been?
Yeah, he's great. He's a good guy, and he keeps everything like lighthearted and fun, and it really like helps us to enjoy ourselves while we play. And he really encourages like freedom and creativity, which is really cool actually, because like soccer can get a little structured and
Mhm.
bogged down, but it's supposed to be creative. It's like it's a beautiful game for a reason, and I think he really gets that, and it's really refreshing to be a part of.
Awesome. Yeah, I really like him. I got to talk to him a couple times. I ran into the other day. He said that you made fun of him because his truck tires are a lot smaller than yours.
Yeah, definitely. He's a huge truck and then these tiny tires, and I just don't get it. Yeah, I have a pretty big tires myself, so I would like to give him a hard time about
That's funny.
it.
Now, moving on to the first match at Lynn Family Stadium. How was that? The feeling of being in Lynn Family Stadium for that very first matchup.
um, it was incredible. The Orlando one, the
Yep.
very first
Yep.
time, it was insane. Especially with the weather, kind of made it even crazier. Because
Oh yeah.
like, were you there? Like,
Yeah, I
did
was there.
you? Oh, it was insane. The rain was crazy. So the raindrops were like the biggest I've ever seen, but it kind of made it more like I don't know, like daunting, but in a good way.
Yeah.
So it made it aggressive. We were sliding, we were slipping. It made it like a really fun atmosphere, and to see all the fans stay even in those conditions was like it spoke volumes to us as players,
Yeah.
and we appreciate so much that they were dedicated to stay and support us all the way through.
Yeah.
It was really
You might not get to see it during the match, but there was after when the rain kind of slowed down, there was a rainbow kind of over the stadium. So it was really a
oh,
really cool photo op during it. But yeah, the
oh, it's
weather
amazing.
was pretty intense. Now, obviously, we got to talk about the goal you scored in that matchup. Walk me through that one.
Honestly, I don't score, obviously, as you can tell by my celebration. Very so I was really getting into. I was like, I felt a goal coming. I don't know, because like the momentum was kind of. We had some of it in that game, so we were really feeling it. The fans were behind us, cheering
Mhm.
for us. So I was like, all right, I'm going out for this. So we had a free kick. Sav put it in, and then honestly, it was kind of all a blur at the time. But obviously, I've watched it back since. So like just like a mess. Um, but Sav put it in. Freya knocked it down with a header, and it just bounced kind of in front of me. And I was like, all right, well, I guess I'll shoot. So then I just went up and struck it, and somehow it made it through a sea of Orlando players and got in the back of the net. And I was like, what's happening? Is this really happening? I don't score. It's like started running around. I didn't even know what to do. And the light show came on, and I was like even more stunned because they didn't tell us anything about that. So we had no clue there was going to be a light show.
That's awesome.
For the first time, it was like still daylight. So like, we saw the lights flicker, but we're like, whatever. And then when it was nighttime, it was like I couldn't even see people next to me because it got dark and then purple and then bright. It was incredible. And my parents were there for that game. So
that's awesome.
It was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. You're never going to forget that one. The light show's icing on the cake with that.
Exactly.
All right. So your homework is after this is you got to plan for your celebration the next time that you score.
Definitely. I've learned the hard way that I actually have to have a plan for that if I'm going to score, because I can't keep doing that. Just looking like a chicken at all.
All right. So with the 4 Challenge Cup matches in the rearview mirror, then even the first regular season matchup, what have you guys kind of learned as a team? What have been some of the takeaways from these first few encounters?
So I think the first few games were really, really good for us. Obviously, we haven't played competitively together as a team because we're new. So actually getting to be on the field against this strong of competition was really good for us because we needed that sharp learning curve to kind of like just be thrown into the fire and learn how to catch up and like as the game went. So it really taught us a lot of like problem solving skills and like where we are and how we can be more organized, not knowing each other. So it's normal things that you have to work on as a new team, as far as defensive organization, attacking organization, kind of learning how people play. And I think it was really good for us to play the teams we did, because I feel like we had a really hard bracket, our east side.
Definitely.
So it was tough. So I think it was even better that we had to play some of the tougher teams in the NWSL first, because it really helped us learn quickly, like, okay, we can't do this. Okay, we have to do this. So I think overall it was just good for learning like the details that you can't really train on like practice field. Yeah,
there's little things. I mean, from a fan's perspective, it looks like you guys were, pretty well set up going into those matches. I mean, as much as that you could be. Did you guys feel the same way, or was it more learning on the fly than it looked?
No, I think we were really well prepared. Like the coaching staff did a really good job of like the pregame scouting reports as far as who might be playing, who wouldn't be. Obviously, it's a little bit difficult at the beginning because you don't know who they're going to play, because who they picked up over the off season, who's injured, who's not. Yeah. So I think they did a job of setting us up for what to expect, and then we just had to do a little bit of learning on the fly during the game, as far as like relationships between people, which is it's just different on a full field against players that are like really fast and know each other well, because a lot of other teams together, so they like kind of get what's going on, and so that we had to learn quickly how to stick together the whole time.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do against when you're playing against some of the best players in the world. So
it was
I can't imagine.
We all enjoy it, the challenge. So it was good.
Yeah, that's fun. All right, so moving on, kind of want to talk about some off-field stuff. Well, first off, have you gotten to attend any Louisville City matches as a fan in Lynn Family Stadium?
Not yet. I really want to. We've had 2 opportunities, I think, but I had something come up, like something to do else at the same time, so it was just unfortunate. So I'm really hoping to get to one soon.
Oh yeah, hopefully. Yeah, you got to be able to experience it from the other side. It's like having 2 teams in town.
Yeah, it's cool.
Okay. So do you have a particular team or player that you follow, or a player that you maybe model yourself after, took influence from?
Well, when I was younger, I really, really loved Mia Hamm, and obviously she's not a center back, but I was always an attacking player growing up. So I always like tried to her, and just her tenacity and fight, and how she just never gave up and always did everything she could off the field and on the field to be the best she could. And just, oh, sorry, that's my dog. Hey, can you be quiet? There's a bird on our porch. She doesn't like them. But as far as the team that I follow Arsenal. Both the women really, but I have always followed the men's team. Growing up, for my club when I was a kid, we had the same like logo as Arsenal, so I just assumed I was on the same team as Arsenal. Like I was like,
makes sense.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah, looking back, I'm like, wow, you're a little bit silly for thinking that, but
Well,
yeah.
growing up, it's a good time to be an Arsenal fan. I guess it's been a little rougher in recent years, but
it's just heartbreaking. But
totally understand. Now, I tend to find that a lot of athletes are pretty superstitious. Do you have any pregame rituals or superstitions that you like to stick to?
I used to be really superstitious about stuff, and I'd have to do like one shoe before the other. I would do my left before my right, and make sure I tied it a certain way and all that stuff. But then I met a guy who told me that if you really believe in superstitions, then you were never that good in the first place. And I was like, shoot, okay, I guess you're right. So I try like not to now. I try to just kind of do what I can. Like obviously I have like a pregame routine as far as like what I eat and stuff like that, but not anything like gotta put, I don't know, like knock my boots.
The impractical stuff, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing that's like the same every time is probably the food I eat. And then I pray when I step on the field. So that's probably only two things.
There you go. Man, that's a reality call of a comment. Shook you out of that.
I really you're right. I guess because you're not depending on skill and you're depending on luck, then you're never that good in the first place, are they? Fair enough.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. So I know you've kind of come to town in the midst of a pandemic, that one that's kind of dying down a little bit, thankfully. How have you enjoyed it here so far?
I've really liked it. You can tell that it's starting to come back, and it's a really cool city. And I'm from like a small town in Georgia, which isn't really like this at all. So there's different pockets of Louisville that's have like Bardstown Road, for example. It's kind of like a more hipstery vibe. And then there's like cool graffiti everywhere. I think it's really cool to have like a beach volleyball bar on like Baxter Street.
There's a lot of volleyball here.
Yeah, I love beach volleyball. So I need to somehow sneak into some of those games. Yeah, so and me and my roommate Aaron are really into food. So Louisville is amazing for food. And I've heard that before I even got here, actually. So we have like a whole list of like our foodie list. We're trying to go through it. And it's been so far. Food
is actually my next question. What have been your favorite places so far?
Oh, have you heard of a place called Barn 8?
I have not.
Okay, so I think it's over in Prospect, somewhere over near that area. Like way down River Road and then turn left. It's like this old barn that they turned into a restaurant, and it's all farm to table, like
that's cool
food, and it's actually incredible. I recommend 100%.
My family would actually really like that. Here, I thought I'd be the one to be able to offer you some places, and you're the one telling me where to go. Barn 8. Okay, I'm going to remember that.
Okay.
Well, I don't have to because I'm recording this. Oh, gosh. Depends on the mood. I got a few. Taco Luchador is phenomenal.
Okay, heard that.
Simply Thai. I mean, it's nothing flashy, but it's quality. Royals Chicken downtown. Feast Barbecue. There's all sorts of places.
Barbecue, because obviously being from the South, barbecue is a big deal for me. So I really got to go try it.
Yeah, Feast is really good, and it's kind of closest to the stadium, but yeah. Oh, I can keep going on and on, but I'm glad you've quickly discovered the food scene, and it's gonna be nicer weather out, and COVID kind of dying down. You'll get to explore more of it, so that's good.
Hoping to.
Yeah, awesome. All right, I got one more question for you. I want to say, find out what's a fun fact that most people don't know about you.
Oh gosh, a fun fact.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. I've broken my nose 4 times and got it 3 times. That's kind of a fun fact.
All soccer related, or is it outside of sports?
All soccer related.
Okay.
And 2 of them were within 3 weeks of each other.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to wear one of those plastic face masks.
I had one. That's how it broke the second time with the mask on. So it was just bad news.
Yikes. All right. Yeah. Well, don't break anything here. We need you out on the pitch.
Try not to.
All right. Well, Brooke, I really appreciate your time, and thank you for coming on and talking with us. Yeah, I know you guys got a game come up on Friday, correct? Friday night at home?
Yes, against Spirit.
Against the Spirit. Well, I'll be looking forward to it. I'll be up in the stands and wishing you guys luck.
Awesome. See you then.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brooke. You take care.
Bye, you too.